story.
She's a one member team. Officially on roll now, அவங்க தான் first person.
Not even one user was there for 2 months. ஒரு 3 மாசம் நினைக்கிறேன், 3 மாசமோ 4 மாசமோ மொத்தமாவே ஒரு 5 யூசர் தான் இருப்பாங்க. 5 யூசர் 4 யூசர் தான் இருப்பாங்க. மூவில இருக்க எம்ப்ளாயிஸ் வந்து யூசர் கவுண்டோட ஜாஸ்தியா.
ஸோ இதை தாண்டி நம்மளை தாண்டி அது க்ரோ ஆகணும் அப்படின்னா அந்த ஈகோ சிஸ்டம் வந்து செமையா அதுக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணும்.
இந்த குவியோட ஜேர்னில வந்து இந்த படத்துல வர மாதிரி ஒரே பாட்டுல ஃபேமஸ் ஆன சிச்சுவேஷன்லாம் கிடையாது.
ஓகே, நம்ம இது நல்லா இருக்கு, டெக்னாலஜி பிடிச்சிருக்கு, இந்த தமிழ் சொல்றது பிடிக்கும், எல்லாம் கரெக்ட். அப்புறம் வெளியே போய் சொல்லி கொடுவோம், வெளியே போய் இதை பத்தி பேச ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது, இது பிசினஸ் மாடலா கன்வெர்ட் பண்ண ஐஐடி என்கிட்ட சொல்லும் போது ட்ரை பண்ணலாம்னு ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது எல்லாம் நின்று கை தட்டுவாங்க, எல்லாம் பயணம் சூப்பர் சூப்பர்வாங்க. பட் அது காசு, அதுக்கப்புறம் காசுன்னு அதுக்கு எங்களுக்கும் அதை எப்படி காசா கேட்குதுன்னு பெரிய ஒரு ஹெஸ்டேஷன் இருக்கும். அவங்களும் வந்து சூப்பர் சூப்பர் எப்போ வேணுமோ நான் சொல்றோன்ட்டு போயிடுவாங்க.
அதுவும் எங்களுக்கு வந்து கிட்டத்தட்ட அந்த ஃப்ளட் 2015 ஃப்ளட் வந்துச்சுல, வந்த டயத்துலாம் வந்து 3 மாசத்துக்கு சேலரி போட காசு இல்லை.
சேலரி டபுளாக இருக்கும்போது அவங்க ஜுவல்லை வச்சு தான் கொடுப்பாங்க. எனக்கு தெரியுங்களா, அவங்க ஜுவல்லை வச்சு தான் சேலரியே கொடுப்பாங்க எல்லாருக்கும்.
அது இனிஷியல் டேஸ்ல நிறைய மாசம் தொடர்ந்து நடந்திருக்கு. அருண் வந்து டீ குடிக்க வரும். ஓகே, டீ குடிக்க வரும்போது அருணோட பேசிக்கிறோம். பேசும்போது அருண் சொல்றாப்புல,
இந்த வைரஸ் மாதிரி தான் சரிங்களா. ஸோ இந்த ஐடியா வந்து ஒரு வைரஸ் தான். இப்போ நான் தான் ஸ்டார்டிங் வைரஸ்னா என்ன மாதிரி இன்னொரு 100 பேரை கொண்டு வர முடியுமா அப்படின்றதான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஐடியா வந்துச்சு.
கேட்ட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மொமெண்ட்லேயே வந்து இதுதான்டா இதுதான்டா அந்த மொமெண்ட் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபீல் கிடைச்சது.
2013 பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ஈவெண்ட் போயிருந்தேன். அங்கே அருண் வந்து ஸ்பீக்கராக வந்தார்.
ஒரு ஃபவுண்டரே வந்திருக்காருன்னு தெரிஞ்சோன்னா நான் போயிட்டு அவர்கிட்ட பேச்சு கொடுத்து ரொம்ப நேரம் பேசிக்கிட்டு இருந்தேன்.
அருணோட டாக் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கோரில் இருந்தது, ஏன் இதை பில்ட் பண்ணாங்க அப்படிங்கிற அந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்களை வந்து ஒரு தெளிவாக சொல்லியிருந்தாரு. ஸோ அப்போ வந்து எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் அருணை ரொம்ப கொஞ்சம் பிடிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிது. ஓகே, கோர் டெப்த்தை கொஞ்சம் சொல்லித்தரது வந்து தமிழ்லேயே சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தார். ஆக்சுவலாக
உனக்கு இன்டர்ன்ஷிப் வேணும்னா குவியில் வந்து ஜாயின் பண்ணிக்கோ அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு ஆஃபர் சொன்னார்.
அது ரொம்ப பிடிச்சிருந்துச்சு எனக்கு. அப்போ என்னோட இனிஷியல் கேரியர் பீரியடில்
வந்த டீம் மெம்பர்ஸ் எல்லாருமே வந்து இந்த ஐடியா பிடிச்சி, இந்த தாட் ப்ராசஸ் பிடிச்சி, இந்த obviously எங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சி வந்தவங்க.
we went with lot of investment. கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 60-70 பேர்ட்ட இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பிச் பண்ணியிருந்தேன்.
அப்புறம் ஒரு நாள் அருண் ஃபோன் பண்ணி இவருக்கு அம்மனு போட்டாங்கடா, எந்த ஊரை வாங்கலாம் சொல்லு.
ஃபண்டிங் வாங்கினதுக்கப்புறம் வந்துட்டு அது இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஃப்ரீடம் கொடுத்தது. அந்த ஃபண்டிங் இருந்ததுனால நிறைய விஷயத்த ட்ரை பண்ண முடிஞ்சது. நிறைய விஷயத்த ட்ரை பண்ணதுனால கம்பெனி அடுத்த லெவலுக்கு போணுச்சு.
ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு பொங்கல் இருக்கும். பொங்கல் டைமில் 4 வருஷம் போயிட்டு கோயம்புத்தூர் ஒரு பேங்க் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம் சொல்லி கரெக்டாக ஸ்பேஸ்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு வந்தோம். வந்து அடுத்த 1 வீக்கில் தான் கோவிட். இப்போ தானே எல்லாம் ஒர்க் ஃப்ரம் ஹோம் கல்ச்சர் பற்றி சொல்லிருக்கோம். குவியில் வந்து அப்போலேருந்தே அந்த கல்ச்சர் இருக்கும்.
பட் ஒர்க் ஃப்ரம் ஹோம் கல்ச்சர்ன்றதுனால எந்த இடத்துல இருந்தாலும் ஒர்க் பண்ணலாம். நீங்கள் அவங்கவுங்க அந்த வீட்டிலேருந்து அவங்க வீட்டிலேருந்து பண்ண போகிறீங்க. ஸோ இட் இஸ் ஆல்சோ ஹெல்பிங். நமக்கும் வந்து ஃபுல்லாக டைவர்சிஃபைடாக எல்லா ஸ்டேட்ஸ்லேருந்து ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 22 ஸ்டேட்ஸ்லேருந்து நிறைய எம்ப்ளாயீஸ் இருக்காங்க.
கோவிட்ல வேறு வழி இல்லாமல் ஆன்லைனுக்கு மூவ் ஆனோம். அதில் நிறைய பிரச்சனை வரும், யாரும் சேர மாட்டாங்க அப்படிலாம் நினச்சிட்டு இருந்தோம். ஆனால் ஒரு சர்ப்ரைசிங் ஃபேக்ட் என்னன்னா ஆன்லைனில் நிறைய பேர் சேர்ந்தாங்க.
ஸோ இதுக்கப்புறம் சரி பண்ணிட்டோம். பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து we lost revenue in 2020.
ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு 2-3 மந்த்ஸ் வந்து கொஞ்சம் ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருந்தது. அதுலேருந்து
அந்த ஷாக்லேருந்து வெளியில் வரதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் டைம் எடுத்து 2 months கிட்ட டைம் எடுத்தது.
நடுவில் அவங்க மிஸ் ஆனோன்னு பார்த்தா ஒரு பெரிய வேக்கம் கிரியேட் ஆயிடுச்சு. அந்த வேக்கமை ஃபில் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இருந்த ஒரே ஆப்ஷன் தான் எங்களுக்கு மூவி தான்.
ஸோ அதோட மொமெண்டம்ல வந்ததான் கின்னஸ் வேர்ல்ட் ரெக்கார்ட்.
பண்ணும்போது நம்ம டீம் சைஸே வந்து 60-70 தான் இருக்கும்.
அந்த ஈவெண்ட் பண்ணும்போது மொத்த டீமும் சேர்ந்து ஒரு ஈவெண்ட்டுக்காக வரும்.
இதுக்கு அடுத்த ஸ்டேஜ் வந்து HCL. ஸோ எப்போ HCL வந்தாங்களோ அப்போ வந்து அடுத்த குவியோட அந்த பெஞ்ச் மார்க்கிங் வந்து இட் மூவ் டு தி நெக்ஸ்ட் லெவல்.
இப்போ வந்து அடுத்து வந்து விஷன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா இந்த குவி கீக் நெட்வொர்க் சொன்னல, அந்த கீக் நெட்வொர்க் if you are able to build it, that will be better.
சேலரி அதெல்லாம் இருந்தாலும் நமக்கு ஒரு செல்ஃப் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபேக்ஷன் எப்போனா நம்ம ஏதாவது ஒரு விஷயம் பண்ணும்போது தான் அது சொல்லி தரும்போது அதை அவன் கற்றுக்கிட்டு போயிட்டு ஒரு வேலை வாங்குறது தான் வேலை வாங்க தெரிஞ்சுனாவே அப்போலாம் நிறைய பேர் வேலை வாங்கிட்டு சொல்லி ஃபோன் பண்ணி சொல்லுவாங்க அப்போலாம் செம்ம ஹாப்பியாக இருக்கும்.
வித் குவி
By joining this GUI training, GUI has been a great help. Have really helped me shape my career.
Me to transition from non-technical to technical.
மிஷின் லேர்னிங் இன்ஜினியராக அட்வான்டேஜ் ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு
குவி மாதிரி நிறைய வெர்னாக்குலர் கம்பெனிஸ் வரலாம், நிறைய டெக் கம்பெனிஸ் வரலாம், நிறைய டெக் கம்பெனிஸ் உள்ள வரலாம், இதெல்லாம் பாசிபிள். பட் வாட் டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் குவி ஃப்ரம் அதர்ஸ் இஸ் தி இன்டென்ட்.
நம்ம ஏன் பண்றோன்றது அவங்க மட்டும் தான் தெரியும். ஓகே, நம்மளோட எக்ஸிகியூஷனை வேணா அடுத்தவங்க காப்பி பண்ணலாம், அடுத்தவங்க வந்து இமிடேட் பண்ணலாம். நான் காப்பி அதை தப்புன்னு சொல்ல மாட்டேன், இமிடேட் பண்ணலாம். பட் நம்மளோட ஸ்ட்ரென்த் வந்து அந்த சென்ஸ் ஆஃப் பர்பஸ்.
10th anniversary-ன்னு பார்க்கும்போது நிறைய சந்தோஷம், ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு பெரிய milestone பண்ணியிருக்கோம். அந்த இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு.
தாட்லாம் என்னன்னா லைக் நம்ம ஒரு ஹை நம்ம இந்த கம்பெனியை வந்து இன்னொரு லெவலுக்கு எடுத்துகிட்டு போனோம் வித் ஒரு ஹியூமனிட்டியோட ஒரு ஃபேமிலியாக ஒர்க் பண்ணி இதெல்லாம் அச்சீவ் பண்ணணும் தான் ஆசை அவங்களுக்கு. ஸோ இதுதான் நம்ம பண்ணியிருக்கோம்.
So still she is not there around us physically. Wherever you are, I am sure that you are feeling so very, very happy and proud of all this, including you. And happy 10th anniversary, Shri.
ஸோ ஹாப்பி 10th year anniversary Guvians.
Thank you for having me and wish you a very happy 10th anniversary.
So wishing each and everyone who's been part of this journey a very happy anniversary, happy special 10th year anniversary.
உங்களுக்கு என்ன தேவைன்னா வந்து இந்த உலகத்திலேயே ஒரே ஒருத்தர் உங்களை நம்பணும், அந்த நம்பி ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கொடுக்கணும். அந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கொடுக்கறதா வந்து நிறைய பேர் பண்றது இல்லை. அண்ட் அதை கொடுக்கலாம் அப்படின்ற ஐடியா வந்து நெக்ஸ்ட் வீட்டை தான் வந்துச்சு. அண்ட் தட் இஸ் வாட் குவி இஸ் ஆல் அபவுட்.
Yeah, hi, very good evening, everyone. Yeah, hi, very good evening, everyone. I guess my voice is audible and I'm also visible. Hi, Parisha, Saurabh, Satyam, Kinjal, Jainav, Manish. Okay. Let me share my screen first. Just allow me a moment. So today we will gonna discuss about a lot more thing about full stack development, right? And I'll first of all I would like to congratulate each and every person who have joined today's session, because this is also very much crucial to appreciate each and every individual who have joined today's session, right? In this wonderful evening, Saturday, right? Most of the people just maybe enjoying somewhere, but right now, today you are here to learn something new. That totally shows that how much intent you guys have to learn new skill set, and I believe that you guys are here to learn new things definitely, and you are among those 20% who have joined today's session, because a lot of candidates usually register for these kind of sessions, but yeah, that is also for sure that only 20%, 10%, 15%, or maybe maximum 30% people join. So you are among those 20% who have joined today. And if you have joined, if you are today here, so this is also a promise, right? We believe in this, right? For example, if somebody is, investing their time and maybe they are listening to us, so we take this is our responsibility. And in the during this 90-minute session, we will provide you the best possible information and insight, even though the best possible roadmap to become a full stack developer. Yes, this is a very booming domain, right? These days, even though each and every person just want to switch in IT, and if you are as aspiring full stack developer, so it would be a great career. And today we will gonna discuss about it. We have a special guest also, and definitely we will gonna tell you the best possible thing, right? How you can able to learn, how you can able to start learning, and how you can able to become a full stack developer. So can we get recording? Yes, we don't provide any kind of recording or any kind of PPT presentations. So I'll tell you, you have to be take a pen and paper if you want. So before we start, I just want to know from each and every individual today, why are you joining today's session, right? Why did you join the session? So what's bring you to today's session? So you can write down your expectation, because a lot of time we have different expectation from so basically we will gonna tell you about who's so maybe if you have different you just, if in case there is something important we will discuss to learn code via AI to get more knowledge. Okay, Saurabh is saying to learn AI tools for coding. Okay, Satyam is saying to learn full stack in future. Okay, Soumyajit is saying just to learn something new to improve efficiency. Okay, to Sonia is saying new concept for to learn something new regarding AI tools. Rehan is saying. Satyam is saying how many joined. So we have too many candidates. Full stack is a basic. Yeah, definitely. We will gonna discuss about lot more things. I can say that your expectations are similar to our expectations. So definitely, these are the things which we will gonna cover today. And somebody asked me in the starting, right? So this is also a thing that we will not able to provide you any kind of recording, and I want your undivided attention. If you are here today, so let's keep it fruitful, but just focus on the things, right? I just want your undivided attention. And if you have joined from laptop, just switch to mobile device. Oh, sorry. If you have joined from mobile device, just switch to laptop, because over mobile phone, usually we get notification distraction. So that is the point. In every session we used to say this, right? If you have joined from mobile, just switch to laptop, because that is also, that will give you a good experience, right? You will not be getting notification and other stuff right over your laptop. And yeah, so because we are not providing any recording, so keep a pen and paper ready, because if you feel during the session this is very much important, which you need to note it down, you can able to note it down. So that take a pen and notebook, and you can able to write it down what is important, whatever important we will gonna discuss today. Priya, good evening, sir. I want to learn AI tools for coding. Definitely, you will gonna learn today. So these are the few, I would say, common insecurities here, right? We always discuss this insecurity because that is also mandatory to discuss. Most of the time, right, candidates usually feel maybe their resume doesn't get shortlisted. Sometimes people will feel, right, there is some maybe if I will become a full stack developer, would there be any job security, or maybe I would able to grow in this career or not? If I would choose, right, full stack development as my career, I will become a full stack developer. Maybe you will think, right, in full stack there is a lot of I have to learn a lot of coding stuff, right? So would I able to learn these advanced tech or not? Or maybe I'm not much comfortable in English, so would I able to learn these kind of things or not? Or sometimes people from non-technical just want to learn, right? Maybe if you are from non-technical, maybe you don't have any prior experience, so we feel, should I start learning or not? Would I able to learn, right? So if you have any kind of insecurity like this, you can mention, right? At the end of the session, you would not be having any question in your mind. So you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you feel that this is the fear you have in your mind. During this webinar, we will gonna discuss lot more thing about these thing also. So you would not be having these insecurities. So Neil is saying for language barrier. Okay, maybe you are not comfortable in English, right? No worries. We will gonna discuss. And if you have any question, you can ask me in Hindi also. What will be the duration of this session? It will be about insight from it. Yes, sir, I have a fear not from it background. Want to become full stack developer career without any prior experience? Okay, you can write it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you don't have to write it down, right? Full phrase. So if you feel right, you don't have any prior experience. Today you will get the answer. How you definitely if you guys are to learn these stuff. So there is a way, right? We will gonna discuss, and we all have few companies. Just want to know from you guys also. So if you is there any company in which evening says I have a question, what is the difference between GPT and AI? I have a doubt, please explain, sir. We will gonna come towards the technical part also. Don't worry. Amazon, okay, Samsung, Google, Samsung, Microsoft, or Apple, okay. Rahul is saying good evening, Rahul. Satyam, Oplus, Sambhav Jain is saying Microsoft. Okay, I just want to learn for a startup. Okay, Apur, you just want to start your own company. That is also good. Mike can say Gooey. Yeah, definitely. If we need full stack developer, we will hire you. Rehan, Deloitte, TCS, Google. Anusa is saying good evening. Good evening. So everyone is looking for some product-based companies like Google, right? Samsung, even though Apple. So definitely, if you guys think, right, these are the only companies where you can work. I have already write it down, right? These are the companies usually hire for full stack developer because they need people who able to handle, right, their websites, and they will able to code also, and they used to take care of front and back end. Definitely these are the tech companies, and most I would say the giants right today. So they are usually hire for full stack developer if you want, but it is not limited to that only. So if today I would talk about, this is a digital world, digital era, right? We all have smartphones, laptops, right? Every business is online today. You will find websites, and you will find application over your mobile phone, right? So if you just want to book a table for dinner, maybe you want to order dinner at your home, you just want to book a seat in a theater for a movie, or maybe you want to watch movie at your home. For different kind of things, you have different applications. So today this is different application and website as well. So this is very much important today. This is a very much important skill set. If you have, definitely you would be having a great career ahead, because definitely if today anybody wants to just build a startup, so that particular person has to focus online also, how they can able to make a website, how so definitely they need a person who knows about full stack development. So that's why, because this is the need of the day, this industry is also growing, right? If anybody, right, in this room today is thinking whether this particular domain has growth or job security or not, these are the stats you can see, right? So in 2024, right now it is 2025, right? This is $822 billion industry. I would say this is a very huge number, right? This is the best possible domain, right, where you will able to earn this much amount of money. And every year, this is also very much good, right? That every year the CAGR means compound annual growth rate of this particular domain is 22.5%. So every year this domain is growing, even though the market is expanding, right? The companies and new startups, right, the giants, they are looking for new skills, new candidate who are having great skill set, right, to hire, to provide them employment. And definitely if you will able to start as soon as possible, you will start, you would be having a great position ahead, you would be a project lead, right, afterwards. So with that, today the candidate who have joined today's session, we especially we provide gratitude certification. If you have joined and you are learning new things, that is good. So for that gratitude, we are providing you one certification and one more bonus. So for example, I know a lot of candidate right now here, they are thinking whether they should start learning or not, and where they can able to start learning. So we have some bonuses, right? So if you are seeking for some help, some guidance today, I will also want to provide you one more bonus from Gooby, definitely. So on this note, I would like to just invite our today's guest, right, Anis. Anis sir, he will gonna take this particular session from here. I guess, sir, you are here, right?
Yes, I am here. Thank you. So I hope my voice is audible, right? Thank you. So let me share my screen. So hi guys, welcome all who are all present here. So a very good evening for everyone. So my name is Anis Rahman Khan. So it's been 5 years of experience in the IT industry for me. So where I have been working majorly as a developer. So I started my journey with an Infosys. Then I joined another company. Now I'm in a different company. So this is basically I have worked with the MNC and I have worked with the startup and I have worked with the service-based, product-based company in my whole past year of experience. So then the all about it's here is all about the full stack, where we are going to as a beginner, right? We are not going to start a journey with a full stack developer. We are going to start with a developer where it might be you are a backend developer or a front end developer or a database. So some part of technology you are going to handle. As this goes on, as the experience comes, you are going to handle the other specific tech stack, and you get a chance to work as a full stack developer, right? So it is a little bit on me. So session is all about the entire about we are going to talk about the full stack development and how we are going to integrate artificial intelligence into the coding part, and we are going to see how we are going to make use of ChatGPT or any other AI kind of a tools for our works to be done. So this we are going to talk about, right, and how beneficial is a AI tool for us, and with all the tools you can use it, and how you are going to integrate it, and what is the knowledge you need to have before using a AI tools, right? This is going to be a very important part. So let's begin with this session. So have you ever heard starting like something new into your career? Can you just put it into the chat? I'll be seeing. So I have two screens. I can able to see your chat or whatever you have been mentioning it. So this is something like you have to put it right into chat. I'll be seeing it over here. Okay. Right, yeah. So I unable to see anyone's chats here. You can put it whatever like you want it, what you want to start it something new to your career. Like suppose you are in some other department, you wanted to switch in something other department like as a full stack. So you have joined the session, and definitely it says like you want to be a full stack developer and you wanted to use the latest technologies in your work. So the people are saying here is data science. Mayank is saying it here. Yes, that's great. And will be data science, data analyst, AI use in the blockchain technology, and DevOps, learning front end also, right? That's great, right? Good. So then, have you ever wanted to start something like suppose it can be that, and it can be a personal thing also. Like I wanted to go to gym, I wanted to just put this into my this one, and I wanted to learn some new technology, as you guys are saying, like you wanted to learn front-end developer, data science, and DevOps over here, the major thing, than reading some kind of a books. It can be any kind of a skills, right? You wanted to acquire or you wanted to switch it. So starting is always difficult. Suppose I wanted to go to gym for from tomorrow if I wanted to join. So starting is very difficult. Like we see videos, reels, and we get motivated and we won't go, right? But once you start, you get the excitement and you follow up same thing, right? So always starting something new is going to be really very difficult. So it should be a passion. It's not an interest. So interest is something like it comes for some time, it goes after that. Passion is something like you want to do it, so I will do it, so that will be the passion, right? So always you have to have a passion to start something new which you wanted to start it, right? So overall I said my journey, right, in the past of 5 years what I have been done. So I have been worked highly with the major clients of my companies. Like I have worked with Bank of America, I have worked with Ameriprise Solutions, I have worked with the InBev. So these are the clients I have been worked on. So these are the specific clients I have been worked, and I've seen like how the specific work culture is going to be there, and what all the expectations we got, and what all the challenging we are going to face it, and how AI has helped me, especially me in my working career. And right now I'll be using AI tools for my work journey. So how it has been helped, I'm just going to share you, right? So when I joined Reddit, there was no AI. There was no kind of a concept of ChatGPT and all. So we had a AI, like it was a starting like machine learning models, like basics like NumPy arrays, pandas, and TensorFlow. This was the Keras. So these are all the machine learning models. So we were having a little bit knowledge on it, not entirely. And when I was working with the company, so I was used to get some kind of a task to be done. So right, so I used to say like I used to think now like if there was an AI at that time. So when I was getting such kind of a task, it is a matter of doing in a half of a day. The work then can be done. So the one which I used to do it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks of time by just googling it, by looking onto a Stack Overflow, by taking the help of my seniors and overall like all those stuffs, right? When I get to stuck, so there was no one to help. There was a one-to-one connection. It was like one to like I was dependent on someone in my starting of a journey. But now, right, there is a AI tool. Like let's take a very simple example of a Chat GPT. Right now we have a GPT-4. Right, that's a very amazing GPT-4 tool that helps really for developers to debug the code and generates the code and apply into real time and train, like it's kind of your friend, and you are going to train that specific model, and you are going to suggest some kind of an inputs, right? So such kind of a things were there. So as I go from the past I can say the past 1.5 year to 2 years I'm using AI tools in my work, right? It's really improved my speed up to 300% to a normal speed, right? I can say, right? So all the things we are going to have it. And I'm expert in a front end, back end database technology, and a little bit on the DevOps and hosting platforms. So that makes me a full stack developer. So the tools that shaped my development journey, right? So initially I was a beginner, right? At some point of a time, it may be an early 2020, I was a fresher, right? And I was not knowing much about the tech stack. And one thing I'll clear you guys, there is something like not you have to be an engineer to come into this field. It's not compulsory, right? So I have my colleagues yeah, they are not from the engineering background, they are from the BCA background, like, and they have done BCA and other degrees as well, right? It's all matter is all about your skill set, right? And here is nothing like in engineering college we are going to learn something very high and we get something things learn from our lecturers, not like that. So it's all about the exam point of view. Just they show us some kind of a basics programming, and we just can't touch with the programming language. And final year student, there will be many people. You go to an engineering college who done basic in computer science engineering, you find 90% of people who doesn't know how to create a project, end-to-end project. They'll be just knowing Python, Java, C++, C, or that. Like apart from that, what is the next? Many people will be able to answer you, right? So it's remove from your mind like I have to do this, then only I can proceed with. So anyone can come into this specific field, like if you have any passion. So always you can start with first we need to understand what is going to be a roadmap of a full stack developer, right? So once we understand the map of a full stack developer, we can start this specific journey into a full stack. Like you can start with the programming language. It can be Python, it can be Java, or C++. I won't basically suggest you guys. So start with just have a knowledge on C++ as a basics concept, and it's really difficult for you. But either start your journey with the Java or either you start your journey with the specific Python programming language. It's anything you can start, right? So when you start a program, like let's take an example, you started with a Python programming, right? And you just started learning it and you saw the basics concept, the oops concept and advanced level, right? Then you are going to move with a first thing you can start with a front end. You should see how you are going to design an HTML, CSS, JavaScript, how it is going to work and how you are going to make use this tool to create your UI, the front end part. Then the companies are expecting from you is just not HTML, CSS, JavaScript. They are going to expect either React or a Angular, right? So in my developer journey, I have never worked with the Angular, but I have done some training. It's been a very long time, but I have not applied in the Angular, but majorly I work with React.js for the front end, right? So that's gives the single page application view for you. So once you learn this, right, you will become a front-end developer, and it is not going to be really hard to learn these things. It's going to be interesting. You're going to create something new, right? Then you can learn something called as a bootstrap. This helped my career into mine. Then in the back end, I started first learning Flask when I was in a fifth sem where I did a mini project. So Flask helped me like to develop a like end-to-end project from the front end to back end, how we are going to connect it with the database. So then we can learn along with Flask, we can learn some kind of a database like SQL or MySQL. Then you can create one end-to-end project, right? So once you learn these things, right, then you can keep on acquiring some other technologies, right, based on the IT requirement. So then I learned Flask, Django, Node.js, and I was working with Spring also in Infosys. Then not many things I have mentioned, but I have mentioned very few here, right? So like once you understand the roadmap, right, then you are going to be a self learner. You are going to just keep on learning other technologies. Then once you are having a knowledge on 15 to 20 skill sets technologies, then now you can tell yourself as a good full stack developer, and it is going to really help you for your jobs, right, and in your work daily life, right? So these all the specific tools and technologies help in my career, and I'm using right now all of whatever you are seeing inside the screen. I have used almost all of this in my work journey. So I'm using right now I'm using this kind of tools for writing the code, right? So and having a knowledge on cloud hosting, DevOps also is going to be a plus point for developers. Like it helps you to make you to understand how you are going to manage your web application inside the cloud over there. Then you are here to learn something new, right? I know everyone are here to learn something new and you wanted to understand something. So someone has sir, I have one question like this one, but then I want to build my skills and knowledge, right? Machine learning is easy to learn, keep Python, right? So yes, if, machine learning is something all about like advanced language, advanced in the Python programming, right? That is going to be your machine learning. You're going to, it's not like a machine learning or easy or Python or easy. So when you learn Python, then only you can integrate the machine learning. Okay, this is going to be the scenarios over here, right? So N for new, E for enhance. So people want to enhance, some people wants to enhance the new skills or learn something new, right? That's great. So how AI is empowering the developers? So that is going to be the question now, right? So AI in code generation. So AI is really helpful for generating a piece of codes, right? So imagine I came like I wanted to build one website, like I need to recreate a front end screen right now. Like if previously without AI, I was used to type each and every word, right? If I want to create a form, login form or a sign up form, where there used to be a label and there will be an input box and these things. Let me, if I type to, even if my typing speed is really fast, right, I at least that takes at least 40 to 50 minutes to create one kind of a form and create end to end, right? But with the help of AI code generation, right, I can just ask any AI tool like Abacus or a GPT or a Gemini, some kind, any AI tool, right? So that we can just put it into that, I want to this kind of a forms, please give it to me. So it generates and gives the code and I can easily use it into my, so here you can see the speed of a developer is been increased, right? So this is the one thing. So I was seeing in the previous someone has been asking like what is the difference between something like AI and or GPT, right? What is the difference between AI and GPT? So AI is artificial intelligence, right? That's basically use the machine learning models and it's used deep learning neural networks, right? And some other specific scenarios like deep learning neural networks and like whatever we are having a AI machine learning models, right? It's going to use those and makes the specific something like an automation kind of a thing. So the whatever the Tesla cars are there, like automated things, like whatever the automation happening right now, right, that is with the help of an AI. So they are going to train some kind of a model with a very large data set and they're going to make it things work done, like they are going to just make the automated. So like example of a that is GPT is the something that has been developed from the specific neural networks, right? So neural network concept, it has been created. Like they have been trained lot of things to it. They have trained in a such a way like it understands the human language and it generates the coding language to us, right? In a code way, or it can be in an image way. Like whatever you ask, it is going to give. So it is kind of your one kind of a guy, like a friend, like whatever I want to say, it's going to do it, right? It's kind of a robot, okay? So it is not a hardware robot, it's kind of a software robot, we can say. Like whatever you say, it is going to do your task in a software, in the software, right? So it is the one of the things that is going to be there. So right now we have a code has been integrated like generative AI, like all the codes is there, right? AI has been integrated into the tools like a Visual Studio Code we are having it, right? And we are having a GitHub Git pilot, right? There where we are going to integrate AI directly. When I'm typing it, it automatically says, okay, this is something which you are going to do wrong, and it suggests the code with the help of the generative AI, and this we are going to help developers to write the code in a faster way, right? The benefits all about here is it's going to be, as I said, right, in the previously I was used to do in the 2 weeks of work that can be done in a 1 or 2 days right now, right? So this is where the expectations begin, like expanded from the companies, right? So the people there are many people in a companies, they are going to type, they are going to commit only very few codes, right? But it's like for developing some like a huge kind of a product, they are going to take 1 year previously. No, they are expecting to be done into a 1 or 2 months, right? Because of this kind of AI tools, because they want a prompt engineer who can understand AI. They can use their AI into their real time work, and they should be that. So this is going to be the scenario. Next, AI empowering developer debugging and automation, right? So AI in debugging, how we are going to debug. So there are AI tools like Deep Code and Pylint, where you can use it for seeing the bugs and vulnerabilities in your code. So there's basically what it's going to identify the syntax errors and logical errors where you are going to do. So this is the Deep Code and the Pylint. You can use AI tools for a debugging purpose, right? So that's basically fixes your code overall here inside the AI debugging tools, and it's going to be your automates the debugging process, helps developers to save the specific piece of time, right? That's going to be that. But debugging is something like when you write the kind of a logical errors, right? Like when you execute the code, it's not like your program is not going to run. So there will be some kind of a logical errors should have been done to perform a specific task. Also there where you can train the model and check the debugging part of it. It's going to help in our specific coding way, right? Okay, how can AI enhance the DevOps processes? So can be little bit specific, like how what AI processes. Like okay, so I can understand from your question like DevOps process in the sense like there can be a good example of CI/CD pipeline, continuous integration and continuous deployment, right? So like whenever we are going to code something and when we have coded and the project is ready, and suppose imagine you are adding a new feature and you want to make it to the production, right? So always you have to, like once you just build the code and you're going to commit the code, and again you're going to, let's imagine you're going to use FileZilla client that transfers the code into your production code, and you're going to have a command where we are going to restart it, right? It's something kind of a manual process, right? But how your AI can be a continuous integration by using the help of a CI/CD pipelines, integrating a pipelines in your what the hosting way, where you can automate it. Like we are going to connect with your GitHub. Like once you push the code, automatically it is going to check the code whether there is a no syntactical errors. If it is going to get passed, then it is going to build the code, then it is going to deploy the code. It is going to handle automated. So they have been developed in such thing using an AI concepts over there, right? So it is going to be such kind of a things that can which I have been experienced. And then AI empowering developer testing automation. Like so for a tester, like suppose like as a developer, like full stack developer, we are not going to do a testing process majorly. Like there is not everything like everything we are going to do in a companies. So there will be a separate person for a testing, a separate person for they are developing a code overall there. It's not like everything a single person is going to be there. So let's imagine you are a developer, again you have got a job in a testing field. Like even as a tester, you can use this kind of a tool test team and Mabel over there for the testing tools. So there will be for every each and every things, like there will be a documentation written like how you need to use the tool. It's not like everything we have to learn, right? So whatever it is required, we can get. Suppose as I said in the debugging, we saw that pilot. We can go to the documentation. They will be showing, okay, this is how you need to use it. So if you just go right now, like search for So it's all about the theoretical things, right? So when we go to the test team, and you can just go to there and documentation, and you can just understand how that tool is going to used. So this kind of a knowledge you can get it over there, and you can involve in your daily lives overall here. Benefit is basically like excluding the manual testing efforts and improving your the automated way. So all AI is all about the automation, like reducing the human work and giving more work to the robots, and just we are going to make use of a benefit from that, right? That is the one thing. So you can say, I said you right, it's a continuous integration and continuous delivery. This is a CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment is in a hosting, but in a specific testing, you can just make use of overall here. Okay. Then enhancing the productivity and efficiency. So like enhancing the productivity and efficiency, right? So basically when you use AI tool, definitely your productivity is going to be high, right? Let's take an example, simple chat GPT, right? With you, if you are using in your work the GPT in your daily life, as I said, wherever if you get stuck and whatever the code you want to generate, rather than typing it, right, and you can just get it done from a GPT, and you can train the model, like how we are going. It's not like you are coding it, you're not creating a GPT tool, like already it is a created one, right, by a team of some kind of a community, right, where you are going to train. Suppose that I open one kind of a screen where you are going to say, suppose you are building something, you have been stuck somewhere, you need to train the model what exactly is about your project, right? So this is my project, this is my kind of a DB structure I am using it, and this is how I have written the front end code, and this is how I have written a back end. So and so I have been stuck. So you can just ask, like you can just be a prompt, so then it is going to suggest you where you are doing a mistake. So such kind of a high level of intelligence they have been created. So according with my experience, I'm saying it, right. So better normal than a human. So one GPT can just replace at least if you're having a 50 developers, you can exclude 40 developers, and only 10 developers can done the task of the 40 other 40 developers. So it's such kind of intelligence it is there, and such kind of a neural network, like it's really very like the one who using the GPT or ChatGPT. I use basically two tools, Abascus.ai and ChatGPT. I use the paid versions, where it is a very good one, where I can really get, it's kind of my friend, where daily I used to interact with it and do the task done, right? So the one who are using, not only me, many people of my friends, everyone are using it GPT, because to enhance their skills and enhance their speed of working it, right? And they can be one of the demerit of using these AI tools also. So you have to, like, in as in the beginner phase, it's like you should know at least, like suppose there is GPT also is going to do the mistake, AI is also going to do the mistake. Suppose no matter how much you are prompting it, whatever code it gives, you are going to integrate, you are not getting an output, because there will be something like, as I said, the project will be connected with one file, two file, like 10 to 15 files. You cannot just put all 10 to 15 file copy paste code over there and get asked for the questions, right, as a developer. So we need to we need to have a knowledge on the tools. Suppose I'm using a chat GPT, I should have a first knowledge on the tool. If I'm using, suppose, for a React, or I'm using for a HTML or a CSS or a JavaScript, or for a database queries or database, or from a backend. So first I should know how that architecture is there, how it is going to work, the concept, whatever it is been used. So I should know all the concept with the technologies. Then if you're using, then only it is going to be a benefit. It's not like simply as for I'm using a AI tool and I got the output of it, then you don't know how to use it, you don't know where to replace the code, and you don't know to solve the small basics errors, right, which GPT also is going to fail sometimes, right? So this is going to be a demerit for freshers or for a beginner. So always learning a technologies first, right? Then we are going to integrate AI tool in your life. That is going to be the best practice. It's not like always directly we are going to use AI tool for doing each and every task without having a knowledge on the concept, right? It is not a good practice. Then AI is basically continuous learning and upscaling it, right? So overall here, right, like what are the coding challenges we are going to get it into solving, right? So right now, like suppose we got like now, right now, for people, I'm not saying you need to code cheat it for interviews. Many people uses the AI tool for giving their interviews, right? Like many people have got succeeded in this, right? Like previously, whatever the interview question asks, you just type it in Google, it takes time, right? But there are such kind of tools in AI where they can monitor the what question is asking, suggest with this tool, and it's not going to show for the users. Such kind of a things also is there. And you saw in the reels, right, they are going to use the images of one person and adding some person and doing uncircular activities. So AI is most good and most dangerous as well, right? right? So that is where this is been going to be there. So always for developers, like learning new programming language and frameworks in a real time, that is going to help, right? So let's imagine today I'm working with Django, and next I'm going to work with Flask, and later in my career I'll be working with Node.js. So there will be a very big roadmap of a full stack developer, right? So always we should upskills it, like how we are going to whatever that's what I said previously, like always having a knowledge into the technology first, then we are going to integrate with AI is going to be a good learning and upskilling purpose overall there, right? So ethical consideration in AI development. What are the challenges you are going to see here? So AI is see, right? If you want to be a AI engineer, like artificial intelligence, right? So here this session is not about how you are going to be a AI engineer. It's all about how you are going to integrate the AI in your full stack developer career field. This is the first thing I wanted to clear for each and everyone, right? You may be thinking like he's talking about a developer things. Yes, I am talking about a developer. Like how we are going to be, how AI is helping for us. Like AI can take the jobs of a who is having a data entry, the one who is having a telecallers. The AI can take many jobs from the companies, but AI is not going to take a full stack developer job to be a prompt. If you use AI in your journey, definitely your job is going to be very safer. How? By the help of using AI tools, right? So acquire the knowledge, then integrate AI in your life, like how to be there. It's not like just copy paste. You should understand. You should analyze how what is happening, right? That is be there. And slowly you can learn. You can create your own pre-trained model. Like you can understand an architecture of AI, how it is going to be there overall. Then in your AI field. So this is how the things is going to be there. So the AI is completely built with the machine learning models. As I said, it has been used as a neural network for generating it, right? So they have been trained with lot billions of data to the AI. So in that way, then it has come into a picture over here. And whatever you are typing today, whatever you are using an AI, right? It is learning each and every day. Every day, this is AI is a robot. Like it's learning the things from you. It is acquiring each and every day the knowledge, whatever you are passing as an input. Always we should be very careful when we are integrating an AI into our system. You're not disclosing any crucial information of a company, crucial codes, crucial like for a database will be having a connection, passwords, those things, right?